As they stumbled through the empty streets, the sense of unease turned to fear. They were lost in this abandoned town, with no way out and no one to turn to. "We have to find a way out of here," Emily said, her voice shaking. "This place is giving me the creeps." "I know," Jack replied, his voice grim. "We have to keep moving and find a way out." But as they wandered through the deserted streets, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Every shadow seemed to shift and move, as if it were alive and following them. "Do you hear that?" Jamie whispered, her eyes wide with fear. "It sounds like footsteps." As they listened, the footsteps grew louder, the sound of heavy boots echoing through the empty streets. "We have to hide," Alex said, his voice urgent. "They're coming for us." The four of them darted into an abandoned house, their hearts racing as they listened to the footsteps growing louder and closer. They huddled together in the darkness, their breaths coming in short gasps as they waited for the unknown threat to pass. But it was too late. The door burst open, revealing a group of menacing-looking men. They were rough and unkempt, their eyes shining with a cruel light. "What are you doing here?" one of them growled, his voice laced with malice. "This town is off-limits to outsiders." "We didn't mean to intrude," Emily said, her voice shaking. "We got lost and ended up here by accident. We just want to leave and never come back." The men seemed to consider this for a moment before the leader stepped forward, a wicked smile on his face. "Well, it's too late for that now," he said. "You've seen too much. You'll have to stay here with us, forever." Emily's heart sank as she realized the danger they were in. They were trapped in this abandoned town, at the mercy of these ruthless men. But Jack was not about to go down without a fight. He stepped forward, his fists clenched. "We're not going to stay here and be your prisoners," he said, his voice fierce. "We'll fight our way out if we have to." The men laughed, clearly enjoying the challenge. "You think you can take us all on?" the leader sneered. "You're no match for us." But as the fight began, Emily and the others quickly realized that Jack was not alone. A stranger appeared from the shadows, his face shrouded in darkness. He moved with a fluid grace, taking down the men one by one with ease. The leader was the last to fall, and as he crumpled to the ground, the stranger turned to Emily and the others. "Come with me," he said, his voice deep and commanding. "I'll help you escape this place." The four of them didn't hesitate. They followed the stranger out of the abandoned town, their hearts filled with gratitude and relief. They didn't know who he was or where he was taking them, but they knew that they were safer with him than they were on their own. As they left the abandoned town behind, Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of hope. They had faced danger and come out alive, their bonds of friendship and loyalty stronger than ever. They had survived the abandoned town and the threat of the ruthless men, and they knew that they were capable of overcoming any obstacle that came their way. They walked down the road, with the stranger leading the way. Emily couldn't help felt a sense of excitement and possibility. The road ahead was long and unknown, but with Jack, Jamie, Alex, and their mysterious protector by her side, she knew that they could face anything. As the sun rose on a new day, the stranger led them to a hidden path that wound its way through the forest. The trees seemed to whisper secrets as they walked, the air heavy with a sense of magic and mystery. "Where are you taking us?" Emily asked, her voice filled with wonder. The stranger turned to her, a faint smile on his lips. "To a place where you will be safe," he said. "A place where the magic of the world is still alive and strong." As they walked, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that she had met this stranger before. There was something familiar about his voice and his movements, as if they had known each other in another life. But she couldn't quite put her finger on it, and before she could ask any more questions, they arrived at their destination. It was a hidden clearing, surrounded by ancient trees and glowing with a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the clearing stood a tall, slender tree, its branches reaching up to the sky as if in prayer. "Welcome to the Tree of Life," the stranger said, his voice filled with reverence. "It is a place of great power and magic, a place where you will find sanctuary and strength." As Emily gazed at the tree in awe, she couldn't help but feel a sense of peace and belonging wash over her. She knew that this was where she was meant to be, where she and her friends would find the guidance and protection they needed. And as they settled down under the Tree of Life, Emily knew that they were home. The journey had been long and difficult so far, but they had found a place where they belonged, a place where they could be safe and whole at least for the moment. As the sun set on their first day in this magical place, Emily knew that their adventure was far from over. There were still many dangers and mysteries out in the world, waiting for them. But cloaked in the safety of Tree of Life and their mysterious protector, Emily and her friends slept in the calming ambience of the forest.